Good afternoon. I am Rhoda Ngozi. We will dig into it. Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has accompanied by Minister for Works and Transport General Katumba Wamala, Minister for Security General Jim Muhwezi, and that for ICT is on tour of the ongoing road construction works in Kampala. The leaders are inspecting the progress of key infrastructure developments aimed at enhancing the city's road network. Let's take a look.
Nazze n'abakulu bano nga bwe mumanyi ogwange gwa kukwanaganya government era obuyinza obwo bumpeebwa ssemateeka abasoma ssemateeka olaba article 108 n'olaba obuvunaanyizibwa bwa prime minister kakati oluguudo luno n'enguudo endala ze tugenda okulambula olwaliro mu Kampala tugenda kubeera ffenna zatwala 149 billion bagita lot 3 149 billion si sente ntono. Ekirala kyenjagala okugamba bannakampala nti ebisuubizo byonna bye twalaganya mu kisanja ekiwedde ebitundu 35 biwedde, ebitundu 49 saawa zino bye bino biri on course era tulowooza mu gw'omukaaga ogenda tuuka ku mwaka oguwedde byonna tujja kubanga tumaze okukola mu Kampala n'ewalala yonna mu Uganda.
All right, now that inspection is starting from, or has started from Sir Apollo Kagwa Road. That's a Total fuel station near the Northern Bypass. Then to Port Bell Road from Nakawa Moob's side to Luzira. That's the end of Port Bell Road. All these are the construction works happening around the city. They will continue, or return rather, from Luzira and inspect Spring Road up to the start of Village Mall, turn to Luduli Avenue and join 7th Street connecting to 8th Street. Proceed to inspect Queensway Bridge and proceed to inspect Suna 2 and Muzito Road. Then there is Sentema 1 and Mogema Road. That is where they should be right now. Let us connect you to Dennis Sigoa, who is in Sentema. Over to you, Dennis.
We are wasting too much. The city residents are wasting a lot of their time on the roads due to the poor infrastructure. Potholes are breaking, shock absorbers. We're having a lot of trouble. But then, from what the minister said, the Prime Minister said earlier on, and she kept on saying it, like, come June next year, that is come June 2025, the road infrastructure in Kampala will be totally different. Right now, she's going to address the press a little bit. So we are going to bring you live from Mengo. Thank you.
Mic 1 2, earphones. Mic 1 2, mic 1 2.
Alright. Mine is live, yeah. Live. So we have the premier here. Earlier on we had a conversation, but now we do have the Prime Minister is going to continue with that. Thank you.
I have my gentleman here. He has to speak first.
He has to speak first. Oh, you start with the Minister of Works and Transport.
Well, thank you very much. We are still on this tour, the field tour, to physically check on the progress of the projects. As you have been able to witness, there's a lot of progress. This road, the particular road, is called Mutesa Road, and it had never tested tarmac. I think ever since Uganda was born, this is the first tarmac layer which it is getting. So I think this is among the new things which are the movement government is bringing up, that even roads which had never tested tarmac. I think people around here will smell tarmac for the first time in so many years. So this road will connect to Lubaga, and this way it will connect all the way to Nakulavye. So when you are leaving Lubaga and you want to go to Nakulavye, you will not have to go to Mengo again to go to Nakulavye. You can drive straight. And if you are leaving Lubaga, you want to go to Sentema, you don't have to go again anywhere else. You touch here, touch Sentema Road, and you're already in Sentema. So all these roads are being made for the purpose of facilitating travel within the city and also beautifying the city, making our city better.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Minister. All right.
We are very grateful once again to the Prime Minister for according us this time. Now, this is Sentema 1 road, like they have said, and you remember by the time 2021, we had 1,500 kilometers of roads which are unpaved, and this was one of the unpaved roads. But today it's a different story. A lot of infrastructure developments are still going on. We have to install, we shall pave the walkways plus installing street lights and street cameras to ensure security and other things. But we are very appreciative of the effort of the Prime Minister. Every time she comes in, she pushes us a bit, and then we work better. And we promise we are going to do better as KCCA, as a Ministry of Kampala. Every time we are actually putting in place whatever is given to us. This is a China state contractor and lot 1, and it's costing us 151 billion. It has a lot of junctions, signalized junctions, as we were going to see, and we are very grateful for the development and for the progress going on.
As UBC, we do have a question here, and the question is about the Premier. This one is specifically for you. Okay, then.
Okay. But of course, on that note, we are also very appreciative of the people who have given us right of way so that we can construct. All these magnificent constructions comes in because of the walkways, because of the drainage channels. Now you can see Geno gave us designs where we must cover all the drainage channels, and then on top people can walk easily, plus installing chambers and service duct. That's why this time round you'll never see a road being cut to install NITAU cables, you to install water, to install telecom, everything have been provided for. There is what we call service ducts, which are going to take care of that.
Right. Yeah, I would like to thank the engineers of KCCA and the Ministry of Works for coming up with this new design where utilities are provided for. We now have service lanes, so when we want to install, for instance, internet cables, we are not going to disorganize the road. We shall use the already existing service facilities. Now our broadband policy as ICT is very clear. We share infrastructure, so even poles now, we shall utilize the already existing electricity poles where we shall also put our own lines, telecom lines and internet lines. And even us ourselves now, we have abandoned now wooden poles. We are going for concrete, which are very strong. So if we have already put in place poles for internet fiber, then electricity companies can also utilize them. So really, I'm happy with the new design. We shan't disorganize the road once it's completed.
And the lifespan of these roads will definitely increase. I remember before we were working on roads and they last for just 5 years, and we have to redo the roads again. The president directed that now we design roads for 50 years, 70 years. So 70 years to come, we shall be on tarmac. One. Now there is no reconstruction, to disorganize the traffic, to disorganize people. And so, and we hope by 70 years, NRM government will still be in power.
Definitely.
Yes. Because we... Why are you laughing, members? Jaja, why are they laughing?
It's a fact.
Because for us, those of you who know where we started from and where we are right now, they have already told you this road has never been worked on. This is a virgin project, and so I believe the people from this place will vote differently this time around. We are proud that we are performers. The NRM government is a performing government, and so I believe that Ugandans have eyes to see. They will see, and they are seeing. Other, opposition leaders are just disorganized and fighting one another. For us, we are busy doing work. By the end of next year, we shall be at 84% of our commitments will be complete. Security, guru.
Security is very, very happy with the government, especially the transport sector, works and transport, because once we have improved transport, roads well done, lit, even at night people can see, we are going to have improved security. And once there is improved security, there will be more investment, more stability. So we ask everybody to use the road responsibly, especially border, not to ride on the pavements, not to ride recklessly. Let us use the roads responsibly, and we will have a better Kampala. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This road is 2 kilometers. It is one of the 16 kilometers being done by this contractor under the ADB project. This lot has 16.9 kilometers. And like the minister has said, we are 151 billion for all these roads. We also have about 3 junctions. So what we are doing here is, like you have seen, we have upgraded the road from Maram.
We have traffic lights.
Yes,
We are no
from
longer
Maram
making
to
roundabouts.
paved. Though we have also junctions. All the junctions is we shall have what we call signalizing, where you have traffic lights like you have in Mulago and these other junctions. So we are quite appreciative. We have pushed the contractors. At the time, about 5 months ago, there was a bit of laxity, but now we have pushed the contractors with the support of our leadership, and we are confident that by mid next year, most of these roads will have been finished. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, we are.
Yeah, but this is not yeah, this is another, there's a final layer. But this is the stage.
So this is a walkway now.
That's a walkway. And these are the cobblestones.
This one I asked.
Yeah, they'll never have to cobblestone.
No, I want to do a sign off there. I want to sign off here. We're going to stand there and do a sign off.
You just grab it. We are done. We just. Wait, what is that?
And we'll have more of that story and others in tonight's bulletin. Successes of the Parish Development Model (PDM) continue to be registered, with the latest testimonies witnessed from Bududa, Sironko and Manafwa districts of Bugisu sub-region. Farmers who have ventured in piggery and dairy farming have no serious ordeals to narrate, except the quest to sustain their ventures. President Yoweri Museveni, who is in the region for wealth creation tours, has affirmed the government's continuous financial support towards fighting poverty at the grassroots level.
of wealth creation tours of eastern Uganda. Bunaporo Parish of Bududa district in Bugiso sub-region is where we found the homestead of youthful Kutosi. He is not apologetic for embracing the parish development model.
Chenda munana nara kihaditsi imbitsi tsita imbitsi ndwela achikula chimitwalo kataro shumaishe tsimbitsi tsitaro sakola mitwalo chenda.
This success comes as a result of acquiring 980,000 shillings of the parish development model funds. He bought 3 piglets, sold 2 to buy a dairy cow, from which he now harvests 5 liters of milk every day.
Ifamily yanyu helitendwela na kulisa litatine ilitendwela ili hosiringi 12 shimaisa shirunaho funa siringi 18 iwiki mulimo chimitwalo chitaru itsingu bisitaru ni bimya bisasa.
Not even the increase in the prices of animal feeds will stop him. It is an undertaking which the president has witnessed.
We sell, let's say we sell things worth, this farm will earn more. Tomorrow in the leaders meeting, I will show you families earning more 1 billion from 1 acre. Here you are just starting. But once you wake up, you will see, you will get a lot of money even from 1 acre.
He has affirmed support towards such ventures, including addressing the animal feed prices to the welcome of area leaders.
I have already directed NEC, an army company, to study how they can make these animal feeds zone by zone. Karamoja, one center, Teso, 1 center, like that. So that the farmers get these feeds affordably.
People who don't look at the future will always criticize programs that are brought by government. Many people criticize PDM. They thought it wasn't going to be successful. But when I give you the success stories from Bududa, you won't believe.
With such support, Kutosi could at some point follow in the footsteps of Mudewa James, the brain behind Tandiga Model Mixed Farm. Found in Mazaki Cell, in Mutufu Town Council, Sironko District. It sits on 2.3 and 2.8 acres of land.
I've expanded and I needed more land. I started sourcing this particular land and started constructing. After constructing, I started adding pieces.
What started with a mere penny is now a continuous success which the president has equally witnessed.
So I developed when that cow started giving me very good milk and I started selling in town. By then there were no cows in town. So I started selling that milk to Mkwano restaurant, and there was another restaurant called the Coffee Tree.
We are going now is the real answer to use biological methods of killing the ticks.
This has not been without challenges. Immunization against animal diseases remains a challenge, as well as transportation of milk to the market. The president has offered to intervene.
The request of Mr. Mudevo of a refrigerator truck. I will give it to him.
It is a war against poverty, which the president is not willing to surrender to. Museveni's wealth creation tour of Elgon region kicked off on Tuesday and continues through to Thursday. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Meanwhile, State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, has highlighted government initiatives to expand internet access nationwide. The minister was speaking to 151 youth who had completed a 12-day mindset change training program organized by Building Tomorrow in Chankwanzi. He emphasizes the ministry's plans to create regional ICT hubs and free internet hotspots as a means to generate job opportunities and combat cybercrime.
The 12-day training aimed to equip participants with skills that foster innovation, patriotism, and job creation. The State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga Baluku, encouraged other non-government organizations to utilize the Institute for similar programs, clarifying that it is not a political institution.
So ideology is not only about NRM, because people just think about what? NRM. Ideology, every political party has its own ideology, but even every nation has its own ideology. But here it is specifically national ideology.
He highlighted the government's efforts to expand internet access nationwide through the establishment of regional hubs and free internet hotspots. The ministry aims to create job opportunities and combat cyber crime.
We have got money now to expand the national backbone, internet backbone. We are going to reach all the 149 districts, and we are also got another money from World Bank. We are going to ensure that internet reaches a parish.
The country director for Building Tomorrow, Joseph Karisha, expressed the organization's commitment to shaping future leaders by equipping them with practical skills for both personal and national development.
As an organization, our commitment does not end here. We recognize that leadership is a journey and not a destination. That's why we will continue to provide you with training, mentorship, and support as you grow and develop into leaders.
The Deputy Director of the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi, Daniel Okelo, urged participants to embrace technology and innovation.
12 days of stay here have not been easy. You have already confessed, but you remained focused and resilient. Go out there and use all your talents, efforts, resourcefulness to transform our country and to ensure that you serve humanity diligently.
Participants expressed confidence in their ability to contribute to the country's development following the program.
We received several lectures, among which most important was the financial literacy lecture.
Justine Nakami, UBC News.
And with that, we'll take a quick break. When we return, business news.
Winning requires muscles tougher than concrete. But when you shop with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! You have finished shopping and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Mala ngenze mbonipa Sam nazanya loto nganyiga *278 then hash ujja kuba ngo oyingire mu kazannyo nga sente zino zimula wano zina wangu zino wano milioni 10.6 ebindi wanasooka biraba ku TV nange saasoka kikiriza ninga mulaye kino kinzo kubanga kituufu oba yaddala tibya bufere sente zona zifunye zona zikoze eki naziwangudde amasanyu nyina mangi ebyoto byange byembadde njagala ngenda bituukiriza.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Tuliku ground Plascon paint and win. Yes, yeah, Plascon paint and win. The ground. Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card. SMS the code 27197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day there, or a share of a 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new podas, tuk-tuks, and so much more? Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Plascon, color your world.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, Beidondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Now, on the international scene, President-elect Donald Trump has chosen retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg to be his special envoy for Ukraine and Russia, where Trump has promised to bring a quick end to the war.
President-elect Donald Trump has selected 80-year-old retired Army Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg as his special envoy for Ukraine and Russia. Kellogg served as National Security Council Chief of Staff during Trump's first term. Kurt Volker, the U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations during the first Trump administration, says the president-elect made a good choice.
He's an experienced military leader, I believe a 3-star general, which is quite substantial. He has a close relationship with President Trump, so they're able to communicate directly.
Volker says Kellogg's job will be to implement Trump's vision to quickly end the war in Ukraine.
It is to convey the messages from President Trump, convey the reality on the ground and the messages back from any parties.
As co-chair of the Center for American Security at the America First Policy Institute, Kellogg offered a plan to end the war in Ukraine. He recommended that the U.S. begin a formal policy to seek a ceasefire and negotiated settlement. Under that plan, if Kyiv agreed to enter talks with Russia, the U.S. would continue to arm Ukraine. To persuade Russia to participate in the negotiations, Kellogg suggested delaying Ukraine's membership in NATO in exchange for security guarantees. He spoke to VOA about his plan in July.
That does not mean that Ukraine surrenders. That does not mean they give up the territory.
Kellogg criticized the Biden administration for not doing enough to support Ukraine militarily. Evelyn Farkas, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine and Eurasia during the Obama administration, agrees.
He has rightly put his finger on some of the weaknesses under the current administration and previous administrations, meaning we weren't strongly enough in support of Ukraine in terms of our material support. I think that the Trump administration is off to a good start in terms of appointing someone who's a capable expert and then, also highlighting it as an important priority.
John Herbst, the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine from 2003 to 2006, says Kellogg understands that Putin's aggression in Ukraine is a threat to American interests in Europe and worldwide.
He understands that ending the war in a way that ensures, as Trump wants, Ukraine's survival is important to the United States.
Former Trump National Security Advisor and outspoken Trump critic John Bolton says that Kellogg does not have enough experience for the job.
He doesn't have a sense of the conflict himself. He's an opponent of NATO in many respects.
David Kramer was the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasia Affairs during the George W. Bush administration. He sees Trump's proposed national security team as a hopeful sign for Ukraine and Europe.
I think the choice of General Kellogg, for example, as a special envoy is a very hopeful sign. Senator and hopefully Secretary of State Rubio also understands the situation well. The National Security Advisor Michael Waltz is a very strong pick.
Kellogg is expected to work closely with Waltz, who praised him on X as committed to bringing the war in Ukraine to a peaceful resolution. Tetiana Voroshko, VOA News, Washington.
And that does it for Lunchtime News. Thank you for sticking with us. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Good afternoon.